CCIEORDIE.COM, I'm Artek, and this is Switch 300-115 1.4b.1Q. dot1Q originally came along as a response to ISL, or Interswitched Link, or better yet, as a mechanism to put ISL to bed. The greatest difference between dot1Q and ISL is that ISL encapsulates the frame between an ISL header and an ISL FCS footer after the original frame's FCS. Whereas dot1Q inserts a 4-byte field to identify the VLAN within the frame, sandwiched between the source, MAC, and ether type fields, which you can see from any tagged frame diagram you can find on the internet. Both methods create a longer frame as a result, and dot1Q also has the extra overhead caused by the recalculation of the FCS field due to the frame manipulation. However, it is ultimately a difference of 30 bytes with ISL compared to 4 bytes only for dot1Q. And of course, ISL is Cisco proprietary. 802.1Q is referred to as internal tagging or just tagging. The 4-byte 802.1Q tag is comprised of 2 bytes of tag protocol identifier and always has a value of hex 8100 to indicate 802.1Q. The other 2 bytes are used as a tag control information field. The TCI information contains a 3-bit priority code point field used to implement class of service functions in the IEEE 802.1p standard, followed by a 1-bit canonical format indicator. And in the canonical format indicator, 0 indicates Ethernet and 1 indicates token ring. Naturally, you'll probably never have the opportunity or the privilege to use token ring. The next 12 bits are the VLAN identifier field used to indicate the source VLAN of the frame. The VID can have values from 0 to 4095, but VLAN 0 and 4095 are reserved for system use and not available. You can reference any of a number of diagrams that you might find on the internet to see this explicitly, but here we're going to take a look at something else, and you can see we've got our couple of switches up, and we want to take a look at some output and Wireshark. Here, let me bring that down here. Good. And we're going to capture the tags themselves. So that's very exciting. First, we're going to show interface trunk. I have this already set up. Show interface trunk. And you can see that on switch 1, 23 and 24 are both in trunking and they're in on. And notice I did change the native VLAN. Let's not get ahead of ourselves on that. We'll be coming to a video on native VLAN specifically down the road. But I just did that for testing purposes. And over on switch 2, when we do show interface trunk, we'll notice something that I normally don't do. I set it to the trunks to negotiate trunking using DTP at dynamic auto, but you notice they're still set at the encapsulation 802.1Q. And again, the native VLAN for that switch is also 99. We wouldn't want to have native VLAN mismatches. So show run include monitor. I also set up a monitoring session to capture packets with Wireshark, and we'll take a look at that configuration very quickly. Monitor session 1, source interface 23 and 24, which are the 2 trunks connecting switch 1 to switch 2, and the destination interface I've got set as 13, and of course the encapsulation is supposed to replicate so that we can actually capture the tags. And now we'll take a look at Wireshark, and I haven't done anything with Wireshark yet, but here we go. Let's ping. Well, actually, let's take a look quickly just to show you that I have show IP interface brief. I have a couple of SVI set up. I have VLAN 1 actually turned down. Again, VLAN 99 is the native VLAN. And for this example, we're going to ping 10.10.10.10, ping 10.10.10.10. And hopefully Wireshark cooperated, and it did. And now we can take a look at the VLAN ID, and under the reply, and there you see it. And if you look at any number of diagrams you might see for TPID or VLAN tagging, you'll see that obviously the Wireshark output directly corresponds to to that diagram. And notice down here here's the magic is VLAN 10. So it's showing the tag. And that's very exciting. Another very interesting point is the LG and the IG bits, and they're both set to 0. And we'll get to that in another video. But if you do a little digging on those two very important facets, I think you'll find some interest there. Anyway, that's dot1Q. There's obviously a lot more to it. I'll post a couple of links at the bottom of the video so you can search yourself. Naturally, there's always Cisco.com and, of course, CCIEORDIE.COM. Thanks for watching.